Let's take a look back at the highlights. It was a furious opening few laps, and can you believe 3 cars seemingly stalled off the start line?
I have never seen that. I mean, 1 car normally is a bit of a drama. It might get a slow takeaway, but to have 3 cars almost pull up, just not get away at all. Have a look at all the cars dispersing. It's very strange. So D'Alberto and Brown, and towards the back there, Davison. Then the bump there with Kostecki, and that was Jordan going off. And we saw plenty of wild moments through the course of the race. In fact, there was lots of contact in this one here when Tony D'Alberto was spun, and I thought there was 4 or 5 cars that were actually going to run into him. This was a biggie because they all move over to the left, and as they move over, Luke Jordan was on the left-hand side. Darwood wouldn't have known where he was, and the 2 cars made contact pretty heavily. So have a look at this. We're on board now with Darwood. Just moves across. That was Muscat just in front. He almost took him with him. There was almost a 3rd car involved in that. There's Stevie Richards arriving late, and that was very close. And then another move up here. The Kostecki actually went very well today, and then a wheel-to-wheel contact with Michael Caruso fired that car off onto the right-hand side fence. And the pit stops for these guys, we just remarked about how superb they were. They were just meticulous. There's just a level of calmness. It looks like it's in slow-mo. They're so professional. The communication is so good. And the team are so well drilled that they deserve the victory. This is a pretty awkward moment for the 2 Waikato Andretti United cars. One was on one side, the other was on the other, and the Jonathan Webb car stuck in the middle. Very difficult to do that. Now, that would have been a crash. So, as Anton De Pasquale arrowed off at turn 6, in the old circuit configuration, that would have definitely been a crash. Last stops, green tyres, lots of pace. In fact, Whincup was the fastest on the track. Whenever he put a green tyre on, it was very good. But Van Gisbergen was able to grind away through the course of the event and make ground. His consistency was remarkable. And any time that you can start at the back of this field and come all the way through, you know you've done a good job. So the little crisscross here with Whincup, and that's the rejoin for Shane. He did a nice job because whenever he does that, that was the gap after the last stop. So clearly at that point, Shane was in a commanding position. And watch this, coming onto the straight, you see the right rear drops down. A very awkward circumstance because it pumps the wheel up into the wheel arch. Look at the reaction. Lowndes picks it. Garth Tander covers his eyes. Grant McPherson covers his head. They're all shaking their heads. They couldn't believe what had gone on. And as I said before, Jess, this is a cruel game sometimes.
But for Jamie Whincup and Craig Lowndes, utter and total elation. You can see a bit of emotion there.